All right. Okay. This is, what is it, November? Oh, it'll take the date. November 11th, I think.
Yeah.
So, Mom, we were talking about the Philippines and you growing up there. What do you recall? I remember you told me this story. What did your dad do? Who was he working for? You said he was a driver
Yeah.
when he worked. And so I know for a while he did, before he was with the U.S., he was for the Philippine Scouts, right? He worked there.
Yeah, before he was a Philippine Scout, he's the driver of the, President Manuel Quezon.
Manuel Quezon?
No, Manuel Rojas.
Manuel Rojas. So this is before the Philippine Scouts, before he went into hiding, he was the driver for the president
Yeah,
of the Philippines?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I thought he...
No, Aurora. Aurora. I don't know now. I don't know.
Oh,
Because
the
Aurora
wife.
Quezon. Yeah,
He was the wife's, the president's wife.
yeah, Aurora is
I'll
the
look
wife.
for it.
Yeah,
I'll look for it.
Aurora.
So, her name is Aurora.
yeah,
And that's how you got your name?
yeah. She was born the 19 and I was born the 18.
Man, I'm going to make a song about this, Mom. I'm
Yeah.
going to do my album. This is why I need all this stuff. So,
Uh-huh.
basically, you were called Oring because...
Aurora, because my father, usually she had a name for me. My name is Maria Elena.
That was your nickname to him?
No. My father already had a name for me.
Oh, okay.
Maria Elena. But then since that day it was the 18 and she asked, the Aurora, if she could borrow the car that day because it's gonna take my mother to the hospital for me to be born.
Dang.
And then she let him, he let she got a day off and let him borrow the car for me, for my mom.
Yeah.
Then when I was born the 18, then she named to
She
say
changed
thanks,
it.
yeah. Because she's nice. And then so she named me after her.
How did
Aurora.
Well, you probably didn't... I don't know. Do you know how he got that job as a driver for the wife of the president of the Philippines?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I
know,
wasn't
you're
even
too young.
born.
But somehow he got there, huh? So
Yeah, he got that.
yeah, that's so curious. But I'm curious. Your brothers would probably know, huh? I gotta find this out eventually, or some relatives. I want to piece this together. So he was the driver. So that day, was it in morning or afternoon, nighttime that you were born?
That I don't know. All I know is
We have to check your birth certificate because
Yeah.
that's pretty important. Because you want to know when he was banging on her door. Was it late at night or early in the morning? Because there's
I
a
think
big difference.
yeah.
If you're doing it late at night, I could see him. Okay, I'm gonna name.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
name
I think,
him. I'm
maybe,
gonna name this baby after her.
Yeah, maybe it's in the morning.
It was probably in the morning? That was nice of
Maybe.
her, right?
Yeah, that was nice of her. And then she said, okay, I'm gonna name my daughter after you because her birthday is the next day, the 19th, and I was born the 18th.
So Aurora, and
So
so I'll look
look
that
up.
up. We'll find out the president's name, Aurora. So he was how long do you think he worked as the driver?
I think Quezon, huh?
How long do you think he was the driver for the president's wife?
Well, it was, I think, yeah, I don't know, it was for a while.
Like more than 5 years?
That I do not know if it's 5 years.
Did it lead to him driving for anyone else?
Then, he was driving for them. He was their driver. And then after that, this president, his friend is Eisenhower, Dwight Eisenhower, his friend. They're going to school, I guess somewhere in Baguio, Adlai Stevenson. And
Wait, he knew Adlai Stevenson?
those are the three general: Adlai Stevenson, Eisenhower, and Douglas MacArthur.
And so Dad
They're
and Lolo
all-
drove each of them probably?
Yeah, to school and pick them up. Where
All three of them?
all three of them.
Well, because Adlai Stevenson at UC Santa Cruz,
Uh huh.
there's a whole college named after him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Stevenson College. And I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be this history dude, and
Yeah.
it slips my mind.
Yeah,
All right,
at
so
least maybe you'll find out in his history where he went to school in the Philippines.
so he went to the school in the Philippines. Those three generals went to school in the Philippines to learn
Yeah, in
about
Baguio.
what?
They're going to school. That I do not know. My father just said, "Oh, he drives him to school in
Dang.
Baguio." You know.
That's crazy. He's like driving Miss
And
Daisy.
those are
he's
yeah,
he's
four-
driving three generals. Basically.
yeah, three general: Adlai Stevenson, Dwight Eisenhower, and Douglas MacArthur.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So we all look that up because all this could be found. We could link all this and get the
Yeah.
exact year when this was happening.
Yeah.
And then so how did it? Do you know roughly how long that went?
No,
Probably
I
not
don't.
too long, but that's some of the stories he told you though, right?
Yeah, he told
Okay,
me.
so he did that. He became the driver of those three. When did this change? When do you, even if you don't, you weren't there, what were you told? Like how the family was living in, this is near Manila, right?
Yeah, we
Is Pasig?
no, we're living in Manila.
You're living in Manila,
Yeah,
doing this.
Intramuros.
This is where he was taking him to school.
Intramuros, no. Baguio is another
Oh,
place.
Baguio was where
Baguio
he was
is
driving.
where he's driving them.
Okay.
But we live in Intramuros.
So he would
Manila.
drive to Intramuros after work.
Huh?
He would go home to Intramuros after Baguio.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so he did that, and then like I said, did anything happen? Like, were you told when it changed? Like when he stopped being a driver, he had to do something else. Like,
No, I wouldn't. No, just a kid. I was just
well, what do you recall? When did you guys? At what time did he wasn't a driver anymore? Like what that you guys had to move away and do something? Like what was the next change in your?
I guess later on when we were under the Japanese occupation. Remember? That's all I remember.
Okay, so that's when things. That's probably when he was.
Oh, in the scout now.
Yeah,
You know,
in the
he's
Scouts.
yeah.
So all right. So, can you tell me again the story? Let me see. You know what? We'll do this one. Can you tell me? I guess where you were living, and we'll end it with this. What city were you living in when the Japanese came?
Oh, when the Japanese came.
Is it Intramuros?
No. We're no longer with that. We now live in Pasig.
Okay, so that's where we're
Yeah,
leaving it at. We're gonna start
Pasig.
with Pasig.
Pasig and Marikina.
Okay.
She goes to her sister in Marikina and Pasig. That's where, his brother's house is,
Okay.
and then we live there. But see, from time to time we go to Marikina.
Okay. All right. So we'll figure this. We'll leave it at that, and I'll use that to reference, and we're gonna go into
Yeah,
the
check
story
those.
that you told me again.
Yeah, you check those.
Oh no, not that. I'm gonna check that for sure. But remember when the Japanese came and the images, the memories you still have of them interrogating him inside
Where?
in your house when you said they were looking for Lolo.
Oh no. Well, I don't know any things about him. All I remember is one time we were eating.
Wait. We'll save that one. We're gonna
Okay.
save that for the next time because we're gonna
Yeah.
set up that it's in Pasig, where you're living, what house, what it looked like, all that stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So let's stop right there. I told you I wanted it to be short. That's only 8 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you want to keep going?
No.